Welcome back to the Lone Ranger Radio Show. My name is Bruce Woodburn. I am the Lone Ranger. This is a show where we talk about how to save money when you're buying real estate or selling real estate, how to save money when it comes to purchasing a home and getting your mortgage. If you need a mortgage, what's the best mortgage for you? Should you put 5% down, maybe 10%, 20%? Should we avoid private mortgage insurance or PMI? Is PMI good or is it not so good? Personally, I love PMI. I think PMI was the best thing that ever happened to getting a mortgage or buying real estate in the United States. If it wasn't for private mortgage insurance or MIP on FHA loans, then everybody would have to put down 20%. The real estate market would only be for the rich. It would not be for the average person. So don't be afraid of private mortgage insurance. I've gotten private mortgage insurance on almost every house I ever bought or built. It's not a problem. You're better off to put minimum down and get private mortgage insurance. With a good credit score, you're going to get the best possible interest rate. You can always get rid of the PMI after you've built an equity. And equity right now is coming to us hand over fist as fast as we can take it in. So you can get rid of your private mortgage insurance over a period of time, but you'll save money by putting minimum amount down. If you're considering refinancing your home, the best interest rates are in our past. They are in a rear view mirror, but they're still really unbelievable right now. It's still a great time to get rid of the PMI if you already have it. It's still a great time to consolidate and pay off debt. It's a great time to convert from a 30-year to a 15-year. It's awesome just to lower that payment. If your interest rate is somewhere in the 4s or higher, pick up the phone and give me a call at 407-706-3313. That's 407-706-3313. If you want to build your own home on your own lot or buy a lot and build your own home, I've got the best construction perm loan in the market, and I teach classes on how a construction perm loan works. And if you are a real estate agent, you're a builder, or you're somebody that's interested in that, then contact me at the office at 407-706-3313 or visit my website at webringyouhome.com. Check me out on the YouTube channel. Check me out on Spotify or iHeartRadio. All my shows are broadcast in a podcast on them as well. I have with me again one of my all-time favorite real estate agents and a great friend of mine, Brittany Zapitz from EXP, and she always has creative things that she brings to the table when it comes to real estate. And right now we've got a great market, Brittany, but there's some new challenge that people have to navigate through.
Yes. So some of the challenges right now is it's a very competitive market. And there's multiple offers on the properties. Time is of the essence. The houses are selling very, very, very fast. And then also for the sellers, if they sell their home, where are they going to go? So we do have some programs.
So you're going to make a fortune when you sell, but you're going to pay a fortune when you buy?
Yes, you
Maybe.
are. But also just afraid that you're going to sell your home. And because the market is so competitive, what if you can't secure a property in a timely manner to kind of put the cart before the horse?
So what do you have to solve that problem?
So we have a program called Express Offers with EXP. And what the program is the seller can meet with me, and I go through their property. And within 24 to 78 hours of meeting with me, we will have them up to possibly 10 cash offers on their property. So it is an iBuyer program. And the good thing is that when they do meet with me, I'll give them their couple options, whether they want to go through the
traditional aspect of selling real estate where you list the property and show the property, or take a cash offer and you're going to, instead of like the offer pad or the other one, I forget what it is, but anyway, list whatever it is, Open Door, the iBuyer program. Instead of them being the only offer, you actually have multiple companies that will bid on that property and give you up to 10 offers.
Yes, exactly that. So then they're able to see, okay, if I did the traditional way, this is what my net would be. Or if I did the express offer way, then this is what my net will be. And it is pretty competitive. Our offers are just as competitive as the other traditional iBuyer platform. But the good thing with using Brittany Zapitz Homes and EXP to get the express offer is the difference is you still have a professional real estate agent that's there to walk you through our first meeting all the way to closing.
You know, I cannot stress how important that is. You know, it'd be like doing surgery on yourself by not having a real estate agent to represent you. I think that so many people miss the importance of that. I just wouldn't perform surgery on myself, would you?
Absolutely not.
Then I wouldn't buy a home without a real estate agent. I wouldn't go into a courtroom and litigate a case without an attorney. Why would you ever considering buying a home from one of these companies? Because I'm not a big fan of the iBuyer program. So yours is a little different because you still have you as a representative to help you. Where people that go through those programs, they're being represented by really no one, in my opinion.
They're not. Actually, the company is very well trained to work against the seller in the selling process, to come back and renegotiate after inspections, and they're professionals at it. And you do not have an agent on your side to walk you through that process. And plus all the other things that go along with selling a property. Who do I contact to move a mover?
Right.
How do I change my mail?
Just all the little
variables.
nuances that people forget about. So if you're considering options on, hey, maybe I should list and go the traditional route, maybe I want to entertain one of the iBuyer type options, then call Brittany. She can help you. Brittany, how do they reach you?
So you reach me on my cell at 321-230-4445 or at findcentralflorida.com.
And if you can't write that down in time, you can always reach me here at webringyouhome.com or call me at 407-706-3313. I'll connect you with Brittany and her team so that you have all the options that you deserve at your fingertips, and then you can make that informed decision as to what you should do when it comes to selling your home. Now, when then you have another program. I mean, you're just full of these crazy, great ideas, and I call them crazy because I like thinking outside the box. Let's change it up a little bit and find other opportunities that buyers and sellers can use. So you have another one called Make Me Move. What's that one?
So Make Me Move is, one of the biggest expenses with moving is the actual cost of moving. So we have a seller program where we will pay for the seller's move in the transaction as part of the transaction.
So you'll move them for them.
Correct. Move them for free.
And I don't imagine that's you out there pushing furniture around.
Absolutely not.
Not going to happen. It's not going to be me either. There's one thing that I truly dislike, and that is actually moving furniture around. Not one of my favorite things. So if you offer that service, what a great service that is.
Yes, right? With 20 years in this industry, I have had my fair share of helping people move in the crunch. Hours before closing. But yeah, so it's just helping them with the process of making it a really smooth sale for them and a smooth transition to their next real estate goal. So
we've got all these opportunities in the market. There are challenges because appraisals are coming in low. They're taking longer to do. Houses are selling for more than the appraisals are going to come in for. Buyers may have to come up with some differences. Those are the challenges.
Yes.
But the opportunities is that even if you paid more than the appraisal came in for your home, it's only a matter of 60 to 90 days that property is probably going to appraise for what you paid for it anyway, because we are experiencing that type of appreciation right now.
Absolutely. I tell homeowners all the time right now, is you need to take a really hard look at your house. And if you can't see yourself in that house for 7 years, the next 7 years, then we might need to have a conversation, because reality is the inevitable is going to happen. Interest rates are going to go up.
Yes, they're going to go up.
And
for sure.
As they go up, your buying power is going to go down. So you want to make sure that the house that you're currently in, you're going to be happy for the next 7 to 10 years, because none of us have a crystal ball. We don't know where rates are going.
Nope.
But we do
They're
know
not
the
going
inevitable is they're going up. So take advantage of the market right now, even though it is a crazy market with bidding wars and multiple offers and whatnot, and have a really good, strong professional like myself on your side to get you through that transition. So your next 7 years in your home will be a happy one.
Yep. That's great advice, Brittany. So now let's talk a little bit about when a client is out shopping for a home, and they may not have the advantage of having 20-30% to put down. And it's become more challenging for the first-time home buyer. I mean, right now, it's hard for somebody that's a first-time home buyer to find a $250,000 house in this market.
It is, but it has been done. I mean, having a persistent realtor that is constantly looking for you, yes, it may take us 10 offers, being an FHA buyer, but I'm willing to do it because I want to see you reach your goals.
I love that idea. Now, one of the things that I recommend, because you don't want to make 10 offers and then find out later that you don't qualify. So we're going to talk a little bit about the importance of my fast track loan program, which is far better than a pre-approval. Most lenders stop at pre-approval. In other words, they pulled your credit, they've looked at your pay stubs, maybe your tax returns if you're self-employed, they've reviewed your bank statements, they know where the cash to close is coming from, and your debt ratios meet certain guidelines depending on the type of loan that you're qualifying for. And then they send you out shopping for a home. Well, that's the normal course of action for most lenders. What we do different is I want you positioned so that you are as close to a cash buyer as I can possibly make you. So I take that information and I put you in front of an underwriter. I get a full loan approval so that the real estate agent and you, the client, know that there are no conditions remaining on your loan. All you have to wait for is a signed contract, title insurance, and we get the appraisal back. Other than that, you are a cash buyer. But here's what we do. And this is one of the reasons Brittany loves using my program. If you go through my fast track program, I will guarantee the seller that I'll close that transaction in 30 days or less, oftentimes in 21 days, or I'll pay the seller up to $500 a day that I missed the closing. Now, you show me a lender that'll pay a seller $500 a day for every day they miss the closing.
There isn't one out there. And you know what I want to add about that 10 offer FHA one? The reason why my buyers did get the contract was the realtor said, you were the first agent that picked up your phone. Yeah. And that's huge. You know, having an agent that is full-time in this industry right now that picks up their phone and is very good at communication, has a very strong offer that's their I's are dotted and their T's are crossed. That's what's counting right now to win the offer.
Right. So now, do you find that adds value to your sellers or to a seller if you're representing a buyer when that client has a guarantee that they're going to close in that time frame and the lender is willing to cough up money if they miss that closing?
Absolutely. Without a doubt. It's a huge value, and you do such a great job with that. If you were comparing that buyer, like if there's 5 buyers on the table and the seller's entertaining 5 buyers, and one of them guarantees the seller that they're going to close on time or they pay him $500, what do you think the chances are that the seller's going to choose another offer, even if another offer may be marginally higher? It's not going to, you have a much stronger chance with that program. And, I call on all my pre-approval letters that I get on my listings. I call the lender and speak to them. And if a lender told me that, which you do when we call you, it
makes a difference.
It makes a huge difference.
We'll be back in 5 more minutes with more of the Loan Arranger radio show with Bruce Woodburn, CrossCountry Mortgage. I am the Loan Arranger. And if you have any questions, you can give me a call at 407-706-3330. That's 407-706-3313, or visit my website at webringyouhome.com. That's webringyouhome.com.